just a little sound effect so that Santa will now when she pops up on screen. What's up guys, this is DC from Mercia Plays, and in today's video we're going to be looking at some interactive overlay features that we can build into our stream. I've done a couple of previous videos, one in terms of lighting, which I'll put here, and one in terms of stream overlays for your camera, which I'll put here. In terms of those, we've gone into a bit of detail how you build your overlays, how you surround your camera, your animations. This is going to be looking to try and build something that's more interactive. So rather than just someone hits follow and they get a follower notification, something that they can prompt as part of the show. Hopefully you like it, hopefully it gives you some ideas for your own streams. On the note of streaming, I am of course a Twitch streamer primarily. You can find me here at Mercia Plays. I stream on a Monday and Wednesday evening and during the day on Sunday. So stop by if you've got any questions, say hi, ask, always happy to chat. So if we jump into game, this is golf with your friends. So I do play this on stream, stop by again, say hi. And as you can see, what we currently have is we have a nice minimal overlay in here with the camera surround and all my information wrapped in around it underneath me here, and it rolls over showing the different stats. And obviously I then go ahead and rock an amazing hole-in-one. People think, God, that's so brilliant, that they want to subscribe. And that's what you get. You get a nice little rollover of the icon down here, you get the slide in, you get the notification. So that part is really cool and I'm really happy with it. Now I'm going to show you some of the stuff you can do in Stream Elements. Now what I've jumped to here is, this is a view of my stream page. Now it's not live at the moment just because I'm doing some testing, but most of you will probably be familiar with, if I go down into this section, you know, this is where you can send the messages saying, hi, fantastic stream, everyone should follow at Mercia Plays. Naturally. What you can also do is, most people will be aware, is that you can fire off commands if you're using Stream Elements, where you fire that off, Stream Elements captures it and responds. You can also set up your own commands. So if I do !YouTube, it will give my YouTube channel back so that people can find it and can go and subscribe. So that means that in Stream Elements we can receive events like followers and animate. In chat we can send commands to Stream Elements that it then responds to. What I want to do is combine the two, i.e. that they can fire off a command, Stream Elements receives it and tells my overlay to do something. Okay, so for those not familiar, this is then Stream Elements. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new command. So it's fairly straightforward. We're going to say new command. I'm going to call mine meow. Yeah. In there we're just going to say Aya and Sansa, which are the name of my my kitties. Say hello back. We again back on our Twitch page. I'm just going to say hashtag meow, exclamation mark meow, and there you go. It says Aya and Sansa say hello. So from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my overlays now. So this is my camera border. I have a special one I'm building for Rocket League. That'll be in a future video. Ask me if you're interested. And I'm going to edit it. And I'm going to go in. And there's my initial overlay. That's the one you've seen. That's the one where if I go in and I click follower, boing, there goes the follower stuff. Now, because I've got my kitties and they're wonderful, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look to build just a very basic animation, a bit like that overlay, where when they send meow, the cat's head will just pop up over the camera and have a look around and say meow back or something like that. Okay, so we're now in After Effects. So my setup is fairly straightforward. I have a animated border that's a pre-comp. So if I just run that, you just see that the gradient slowly diagonally moves through the background. I have the alert pre-composition, which again just goes over the top like that. The first thing I'm going to do is, that's good at the moment for the camera border, for just holding me in place. What I want to do is I'm going to have the cat head just, you know, just sit there and pop up above the camera. And maybe a bit of space to the right, just future-proofing if I want to do it in future, which is where future-proofing would go. First of all, composition settings. Let's put 600 there, 600 in the width. There we go. Now we've got some extra room in there. I do then have a picture that I've done. This is one of my lovely kitties. This one is Santa. The other one is Arya. You can guess where we got the names from. So let's drag that in. You can see that Cat Chibi gets added. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to drop the Cat Chibi down into the video. So on the upside, Santa's bloody enormous. And she is. She eats a lot. Arya barely gets any food. Not the point of the video. So first things first, I'm going to scale holding shift so it maintains the aspect ratio. And I'm just going to try and get in position that I want her to be when she pops up. So she pops her head over the top. I'm going to flip it to -24, which should then invert her horizontally. So what we need to do for now is add a new solid, a white solid, width of 449,292. The colour can be white, it's fine. We'll just drag it and we can always tidy that up later. So now we have Sansa, poking her head over the top. So we're going to use that layer to mask out the rest of her so that she doesn't interfere with the rest of the camera settings. I'm going to lock that box in place for now so that I only grab Sansa. I think let's do it there. So the next part is we're going to animate her poking her head up. It's going to be fairly straightforward. It's not going to be a massively detailed one. But first thing is check we're on 0. It's the position we're going to be animating. Yeah, let's say ½ a second for her to pop her head up. So boop, we'll do that. We'll then go back to home and we'll just drag her down vertically and then that'll be her popping her head up. And then I want an ease in. There you go. And then we will wait a few seconds and then we're going to put a keyframe in at the end and a keyframe in at 2.5 seconds and then go to 3 seconds and we'll just drag her back down and she pops back down. And that one I want to be an ease out so that it starts slow and then she bump drops out. So bunk, meow, voodoo, back down. So nice and straightforward. Now one thing I didn't consider, which we will have to do, is Sansa is big enough that she pops out the bottom. So what I'm going to do is stretch it down. This will be fine. So now Sansa should whoop, meow, whoop, and back down. So the next thing is going to be changing the blending mode of that white solid because I want to use it to essentially say nothing can appear in the space that the camera border is so that when I show you that animation I'm not going to overlay on top of it. So we're going to go in, we're going to choose the blending mode and do silhouette alpha and then we can adjust it and you can see, right, perfect. She'll pop her head up and she'll drop it back down. Now what we then want to do is take these two, move them into a pre-composition, and by moving it in there, that layer mask then doesn't hide the rest of the content of our animations as well. So now, bonk, there she is, ooh, and back down again. What we've done so far is we've just created that basic animation. What we're going to do now is I'm going to export a version of the original animation videos so that because we're changing the size, we're going to have to change the size of our overlay. And I'm also going to then export the cat one popping over the top as well. Hey, I'm going to cut ahead here. The short version is that I re-render the background image and I render our new Sansa alert. Both of them in QuickTime format with alpha 444 codec to support transparency. I then export them and convert them using aconvert.com. I'll pop a link in the description. And this is Arya. Okay, so that's all 3 files converted. We're now back into our widget in Stream Elements. So first things first is we need to make the widget itself larger. What we're going to do is we're going to back out here. We're going to go into the properties for the camera alert and we're going to change the width and height to be 600 by 600. We then go back into edit and you should see not bad. It sticks in the right place, so that's good. Okay, so it aligns pretty well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap out the first background video. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to say change video. So we're going to upload our new one. Camera border alert. There's the large background. Hit submit. In terms of position and style, 600 by 600. Position is 0, 0. Center it, shouldn't move. And there we go, not too bad. We have an overlay image. So if I hide the counters for now, we have something that puts our social media icons on top. For that one, social media, just going to move that down until it sits roughly in the right position. This is then our custom widget. So again, because of the icon on the left, we can move that into roughly the right place. And there we go. Now that's the one that we're going to have to adjust because we've changed the size of it. So now let's jump into modifying the stream elements side of it. Okay, so now we need to edit our custom widget. So the first thing we're going to do is position and size. I'm going to make it 600 by 600. Put it top left. We're going to go in. That's pretty much it, really. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is adjust the width of that, so that's obviously going to overshoot. So now what we need to do is just bring this in. Now, let's give that a try to start with. Pretty much perfect, so we'll take that. Now at the moment, that should then work. So I'm going to save that and I'm going to capture my capture of OBS. I hate doing this, but of Streamlabs. So I have a webcam layout that has the webcam object, and I'm just going to adjust the height and width to be 600 by 600 to match what it is in Stream Elements. So what we then need to do is move the webcam down. Here's something I'd love, and I don't know whether it's possible, and I'm being sure. If you have an answer to this and you're watching, please throw it in the comments or reach out to me on the Discord or on Twitch, any of those. I'd love a way to be able to zoom in on this top view, but I don't think you can. But anyway, so that's now aligned. That looks pretty good to me. Now, what we want to add is we want to add a video layer that plays when we tell it to. So we currently have a video sat in the background there, but that's fine. That's, which one is it? Where is it? Camera border. And it's just a video object that loops. It's all good. So what we want to do is I want to add a video to my counter. So inside alerts, we've got a sound that we can play. What I want to do is I'm going to go into my editor and go to my fields, and I'm going to go to the very, well, no, I'm not going to go to the very bottom. I'm just going to put it at the top because I'm lazy, but it should be better organized than this. And I'm going to call it cat alert. I'm going to put it in the group of, yeah, we'll put it into alerts. The type is going to be a video input. I believe that's the right one. Label is going to be custom. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to call it custom alert. Command alert. Ah. Wow, typing would be good. Command alert video, and the value is going to be empty. So let's hit done. Now we'll just double check that that has worked. Yes, it has. View. And we go in here, and I'm going to upload a video for my alert. which of course is going to be the Santa web video. And there she is. So we'll submit that. Give it a play just to check. Bonk. And then back down. So that's working. Hooray! Now, what we're going to do is we're then going to put a video object into our custom alert that when it receives an alert with a specific name, it triggers that. So the other thing I want to do is I want to go back into my my fields, and I'm going to call this one, you know what, that one is command alert video, that one is command alert name. Value. The group is it's still in alerts. The type, it's strange, there seems to be a slight lag when I'm typing. The type is just going to be, I think it's just text. We'll call it text. The label is going to be command alert trigger. I've changed it again. And the value is going to be blank. I'm going to change that to be trigger though. So that should then add another field to our alert. And in our case, our trigger is meow. We'll set the command alert video to be Santa. And then there we go, we're in. Okay, so we now need to add in our actual video element. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add it into the HTML. So we're going to add a video element. Give it an ID of command alert video. Nice and straightforward. We need to give it a source value. The source is what we had in the fields, so we'll go get that. The type is video and it's a webcam. And we close off the tag. Let's go get the video field. Command alert video. Should have been able to remember that. Wrap it in a mustache either side, and that's our video source then in there. We want to add some CSS to that. So I'm going to go in. I'm feeling lazy, so I'll leave it at the top. But I'm just going to say the position is absolute. The top is up there. The left is over there. Height is 100%. Whoops. The width is 100%. That tells it no matter where it sits in the hierarchy or in the structure, always put it in the very top left and then always stretch the height and width to fill the window. Now that's perfect for us because we've made this animation 600 by 600, the frame's 600 by 600, in Stream Elements it's 600 by 600, you get the picture. Then we need to add a few things to the JavaScript. So the first is we need to know the command word we're watching out for. So we're going to add that to our list of essentially global variables. When the widget loads, we're going to set that field from what's imported from our widget settings. Now in the load we don't really care, but then down in receiving an event, if it hasn't got any of the other stuff, then first of all we want to look to see if the listener is a message value. So that tells us, or Stream Elements is then saying, in order for it to get to this point, it can't be a follow, a raid, a sub, a cheer, a tip, any of those. So it's now a message coming from someone typing it in. We then need to do another check. Now I've nested the if statements here because we might want to check for more than one type of alert. But we have an event in here, which is the object detail event, and I believe it's rendered text. I could be getting that wrong. Off the top of my head, it's rendered text. And we're going to check to see that that rendered text matches our command alert trigger. So in order to get to here, it can't be any of the other important events. It has to be a message, and the content of that message has to match what our alert trigger is. In our case, exclamation mark meow. So let's say it is that. First of all, I just want to throw something into the console to say, yes, we got to the right place. Always good for just live debugging. The next is then we're going to get the element, our video element, which is command alert video. It's a shame you have to re-scroll each time. There we go. Get the match for that, and then play the video. So we've put the video in. We've said the source of that video should be the source video they choose in the widget options. The position of it should be top left and fill the widget. The capture then in the JavaScript is if a message comes in and it isn't any of the usual important ones, and it is a message and it matches the tag that they provide, only then do we play the video. So let's give it a test. Okay, so now what I've done is I've got my Twitch page on the right, and I've got my stream elements on the left. So we're now going to fire off our meow command, and hopefully, there we go. Santa pops up a little head on screen. And there it is. Meow, up she pops, says hello, drops back down. So now let's have a look at how that would look actually live. Okay, now here we are. We are back in Golf with Your Friends. And what we're just going to test quickly is now how it would look in game. So obviously this is with a live webcam. Hello. And someone in stream while I'm playing, I'm kicking ass, and they go boop, and up pops Santa, says hello, and then fades back up. There you go. So I think that is pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go. That's what you can do. It's not hugely complicated. Creating the animation and your camera border, that's just a case of getting that look and feel that you like and making sure your resolutions all match so that they all tie up from the start in stream elements going down to Streamlabs or whatever you're broadcasting with, and so that they're all the same size. The next is then in stream elements setting up the bot command, the chat command, so that when you have, in my case, exclamation mark meow or exclamation mark whatever, it captures it. And then the third part, which is the most complex, is creating that custom widget in stream elements. Now if you just create one from scratch, it will give you most of the code, so you just need to add that section I did, which is dropping in a video that loads, the name of your trigger, and then a piece of code after all of the other if else's, say if it's a message and the rendered text matches X, then play the video. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in something like this for yourself, again, I stream Monday evenings, Wednesday evenings and Sundays, but feel free to drop by, hop into the Discord if you want to, ask any questions, always happy to help if I can. But for now, please do pop over and see me on Twitch, drop me a follow, like, comment, subscribe for this video. Any recommendations for what you'd like to see next, please just tell me. And in the meantime, stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the stream. Cheers. Oh, and just a quick one, as a little added bonus, I added in just a little sound effect so that Santa will now when she pops up on screen.